Hello everybody, this is Mithril Zenith, and yes, after years of radio silence, we finally have a trailer for the newest main series Fire Emblem game, Fire Emblem Engage. The trailer headed off the newest Nintendo Direct, and while it didn't give us a ton of information, we can imply a lot given what was shown, as well as some extra context from some leaks that have been proven true. Now note, I will be not talking about any sort of spoilers from the game leaks, but more so just the development context that they reveal. Before we dive into it, leaks around major Fire Emblem game releases have been hit and miss. Before Three Houses, we had the Thani Bomb leak, which was basically proved to be at least 95% true once the game's trailers and the game itself launched. That alone is solid precedent to show we have some insiders working with the Fire Emblem team who are sharing what they know. But of course, we can't forget the Castlevania Emblem or Pirate Emblem leaks that got everyone hyped for a few months but then went absolutely nowhere, so there is precedent for false leaks as well. That said, the game content leaked isn't what I want to focus on. More so, it's the idea that the game was initially planned as a release for Fire Emblem's 30th anniversary in 2020, but it was delayed and not even revealed at the time. However, the leak also claims that the game was basically finished at that time, or at least by the time the leak came out, so who knows why they didn't announce it earlier. Maybe it was to not step on Advance Wars' toes, or to compete with other IP, maybe there was some other corporate meddling with the release windows by Nintendo, maybe they decided to go back for a second round of polish, who knows. Either way, the game reeks of nostalgia bait, but if it was supposed to be a series anniversary celebration, then that feels way better. Because I'm all for celebrating the roots of the franchise, but throwing all the old main lords back into every new game feels pretty bad if you don't have a point to it. As for the gameplay shown, the biggest thing that I'm excited for is no classroom mechanics. There's no monastery, no absurd unit path customization, no reclassing. I mean, at least they didn't show any of it. I don't know if any of these will end up being in the game, but I for one am incredibly excited about the possibility of finally having a new Fire Emblem game that forces you to just use your units in their specialized roles, instead of allowing you to make everyone into whatever class is deemed overpowered. Maybe it's just copium, as considering they've been doing reclassing since Shadow Dragon, I'd be a fool to assume they wouldn't include it here, but at the very least, it seems like the game is less focused on optimizing a small team than Three Houses was, even though that's not really a high bar to set. Second, speaking of Three Houses, there's no sense that the game is going to have a route split, and thank goodness for that. While I loved getting the depth of character and interesting writing decisions that Three Houses' choice to do a hard major route split gave, having to play the game 4 separate times just to see all the content once was incredibly exhausting and made me never want to play Three Houses again. So I'm looking forward to not having a major route split. Looking at the unit stats they showed off so far, things look simple. Doesn't seem to have the over-complexity of Three Houses, but it also seems like they're bringing in elements from Heroes, assuming SP works the way people think it will. People are a little worried about having 4 move on a foot unit or 6 move on a paladin, but we'll see how those things end up shaping up. I'm also hoping that the Emblem Ring system lets you earn characters through progression and isn't just some gacha system like Xenoblade 2, another game which I absolutely adore, but I can still dislike some of the elements of. If it is a gacha system, then I at least hope that it's Xenoblade 2 at worst and doesn't have monetized way to pay real money to earn more pulls, because that would throw me off the system entirely. That said, if you really want to deep dive into that stuff, I'm sure there are other Fire Emblem YouTubers who have put out frame-by-frame analyses by now, but overall I think I've settled into cautious optimism for Engage. It's definitely left me feeling confused and hesitant at first, and there are several elements that they're going to have to sell me on, but overall the core bits that we've seen in the trailer make the game look good. The cutscenes are the best animation quality we've had since Awakening. I love the stylistic Art Nouveau style stained glass in the opening and want to see more of that. The Fell Dragon looks like something I want to fight in Monster Hunter. It looks like they're pulling inspiration from some popular Heroes ults to get weapon variety for the Engage system, but if they can make it work in a smooth and straightforward way, then I'm all for it. I look forward into seeing more info on this game come out as we approach the release date of January 20th. But what are your thoughts? Do you feel like this new game is a celebration of the series, or are you put off by the change of art style and the seeming over-reliance of nostalgia bait? Of course, if more info comes, you know I'll cover it, so leave a like and sub to the channel for more breakdowns of Fire Emblem Engage news. In the meantime, I'm putting out a lot more Fire Emblem strategy game and other game discussion content, so if any of that sounds interesting, sub to the channel, join the community. And until next time, this is Mithril Zenith signing out.